Hello, hello, hello. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Okay, so we are going to do this one. Fantastic, more titular action. What's up, Bitter Epic? Bitaru Epic. How you do? How you do? How does this fit? Let's see. We're gonna do some battery thing. So this part goes there. This one goes there. Okay. They go this way. They both go the same way? Okay. Alright. Let the battle begin, it says. Oh gosh. Can you even see this? Oh my gosh. The glare is so bad. Oh.
Let the battle begin. Guile, fight!
I'm winning! I don't know if you can tell, but I'm winning. Oh, now I'm losing. Holy crap. Oh! He's doing the, Sonic Booms! Can I get him? Can I get him?
Cammy, win!
Yeah, I got him. Okay. That it? Okay. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Oh, how do I... What? This looks like the best version of Street Fighter 2.
Guile, win!
See, can we focus on this? The camera just does not want to focus. Oh my god. Would you focus? God damn it. Well, whatever. Yeah, this is the best version of Street Fighter 2. Alright, so... Oh, I have to beat him 3 times. Okay. How do you do combos on this? Can you actually... Special move? No?
Guile, win! You are not a warrior, you are a beginner.
Okay, I just lost. I don't think your camera knows what it's looking at. Yeah. Yeah, probably not. I used to take this to school when I was a kid. I would bring this one and this one. I played this one a ton. Double Dragon 2. You know, when I was a kid, I had never actually played Double Dragon, like on the NES. And, so I thought this is just what Double Dragon was. This is all I knew. I didn't know it was like based on a different game. Who's the dude on the left in front of Guile? That's, Fei Long. Oh, you want to focus? There we go. There's Cammy, Fei Long. On the right, we have, Ken, T-Hawk, and DJ. And I used to have Double Dragon 2. Played it a lot. Yeah? Yeah, this one I played a ton of. I wish this thing was a little better at focusing. I don't know. I might have to mess with this if I ever want to do a longer handheld stream. But it's based on a Hollywood movie. Is it really? Wait, is it working? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, this one doesn't have any talking. It just has some pretty basic sounds. Little beeps and loops. But yeah, I played this one a ton. I would bring this to school. Just play this all the time at lunch. Or sometimes I'd play it in class, I'd just turn the sound off. Like that. I just play it silently. When no one was looking. Yeah, it's very exciting gameplay. Very, very riveting. Although, after a point, new enemies do start to show up. But I'm not entirely sure. Okay, look, we got to the end of the level. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Oh, yep, yep, there's the dudes behind you, so you have to kick behind you. And then they jump up. Yeah, they jump up and throw the shurikens. So you have to jump up and kick them, and then you have to kick those guys behind you. And these ones, you do that, and then you kick behind. Yeah, that's right. I remember this. Yeah. It's very, very exciting. Very exciting game. Mm-hmm. mm. And, yeah. I mean, it was pretty cool back in the day to have a little handheld thingy. I mean, the Game Boy was better, but sometimes you didn't have a Game Boy with you. All you had was this. I remember there used to be a point where I used to die a lot. But I don't remember. I haven't played this in like 25 years probably. Oh, this dude. He's like Lion Man. Ooh. I mean, this one's actually pretty cool. As far as, you know, Tiger handheld games go. This one's not bad. I had a Mega Man one, I'm pretty sure it was impossible. Oh, I never had the Mega Man one. That sounds pretty cool though. It was the Mega Man 2 Tiger handheld. That sounds pretty neat. I've got Street Fighter 2, Double Dragon 2, Gauntlet, and Beavis and Butthead. And I have a weird Ninja Turtle thing as well. I don't know how well the camera's even picking this up. This probably just looks terrible. Not that there's much to see anyway. Making really good progress here. Surprising. I'm almost dead though, so. At least it's like... Oh! Yep, I'm dead. Alright, cool. Alright, that's enough of that. Alright, not bad. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, here's the other ones I have. So we got a talking Beavis and Butthead, which is pretty cool. I like this one quite a bit. We have, I think this is the only channel I've seen someone play a Tiger handheld on Switch. Nice. This one's pretty neat. This is the Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Yeah, I kind of like this one. I vaguely remember liking this one. Although I liked... Double Dragon was definitely my favorite. I played that one the most. And then we have Gauntlet. And this one is kind of neat. This is a very long thing. But this is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Last Stand. 1989. So, yeah, maybe I'll play some more of these later. But we need more Tiger Electronics on Twitch. Alright, let's put these up here. I like how the Street Fighter one is red. It's kind of cool. Okay, well, let's get to the comic books then. Alright. So, we've got Ghost Rider and we have Star Wars here. And I just got this book today from, I went to Half Price Books today and they had a bunch of these 1984 magazines pretty cheap. Which, oh gosh. Can I show that on Twitch? Oh god. There's naked women in this magazine. I don't know. Oh boy. I didn't even look at it until just then. I didn't know what that was. You ever seen those handheld racing games where it was a map on a slip of paper that would just roll under the LCD? Oh, I think I've seen pictures of them. I've never actually had one in person though. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so let's get to reading Star Wars. Here we go. This is Star Wars issue number 16. Want to focus? Come on. Oh my god. Focus, damn it. There we go. Hey, it's the bunny rabbit alien man. Looks like he's back. Whew. Yeah. Okay, so Marvel Comics number 16, still only 35 cents. Death and destruction are his tools. The Star Warriors are his target. What is he like, the Star Wars version of the Punisher? Got a weird little skull on his thing. The Hunter. Maybe it's just blurry artwork. Yeah, it could be that. Could be that. How you doing, Evad? What's up? Still more bad news this summer. The Bad News Bears will be back in their all-new film comedy. The Bad News Bears go to Japan. That is really blurry. Like, that is just very blurrily printed. See it this summer at a theater near you, 1977. Doing good yourself? I'm doing okay. I'm just really tired today. Real tired. But that's okay. Let's zoom in here. Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there exists a state of cosmic civil war. Maybe it's out of focus. A brave alliance of underground freedom fighters have challenged the tyranny and oppression of the awesome galactic empire. This is their story. Continuing the saga begun in the film by George Lucas, released by 20th Century Fox, Archie Goodwin, writer-editor, Walt Simonson, and Bob Wyacek, guest artists. Okay, so there's no Carmine Infantino this issue. We got a new artist. This is like, what, third generation of artists already? By issue 16? Denise Wall, letterer, Bob Sharon, colorist, James Shooter, consulting editor. Okay, so at this point, Roy Thomas has absolutely nothing to do with this comic anymore. Fair enough. Hello, Camel Hatchling. Hey, Zeph, what's up? You come to talk about camels? The Hunter! His name is Valance. He and the band of galactic mercenaries who follow him are bounty hunters. Yet no one here has a price on their head. Fast now! I want a clean sweep, no survivors. Valance pays for this raid himself. It is fitting he has come to destroy his own past. You haven't come to talk about camels? We could call you Camel Zeph. Zeph, Lord of the Camels. And that is unfortunate for all others at this isolated outworld medical station, particularly if they happen to be droids. Good grief, there must be some error. This facility is neutral. Even the Empire Shut up, junk! Fadak! Valance experiences regret. There's no time to enjoy the shooting. You're the camelologist? Camelologist. That's a word. Junk. All his life, he's hated mechanicals. Servile circuitry competing with men. The attitude is common among most organics in the galaxy, but few share the unrelieved intensity of Valance's feelings. You know what to do, Slzk. We're rounding up all the robot orderlies, Captain. The Hutlarian first mate knows exactly. Vrakaum! Vrakaum, that's an interesting word. And Valance can proceed confidently to his main objective. It's a very cromulent word. Cromulent word, yeah. Wait, this is just the computer records section. There are no drugs, anything of value. I'm well aware what's here, Techno. Then why? Valance does not answer. He acts. Brack, Brit, Stum, Wum! And in that act, computer records section of the Telos 4 medical station vanishes. Holy crap, this is quite an opening. We had some pretty cheesy issues in the last ones, and now this one's just starting out with this guy's just going in, mowing down a medical station, basically going into a hospital, burning everything, and everyone in it. This is starting off pretty dark. How you doing? I'm okay. Just a bit tired is all, but that's okay. Elsewhere, as one by one the inpatient bays are invaded. A sick old man lost in delirium speaks to shadows within his mind. Blam! Is that Don Juan Quixote? You bring my lightsaber? Good. Then Don Juan Quixote is ready. Oh my god, they brought back Don Juan Quixote! Holy crap, I did not expect to ever see him again. This is fantastic. Tired? Well, there's a camel-based drink that might help. Only $20 per liter. Yes, my exam is finished. I am done with the semester. So, yeah. Yeah, I spent 5 hours yesterday grinding in Persona, and I barely made any progress. It's miserable. So, I don't know. Tomorrow I'll probably split it, like, maybe 4 or 5 hours of Persona grinding, and then whatever's left, I'll do some 53 stations or something. I don't know. Ugh. But, yeah. Ready to fight again, Han Solo? What a team we were. Your Wookiee friend, the lovely Amaza, Jackson, the Lepus Carnivorous, and of course the boy, The Boy and His Android in Star Wars issues 8 through 10. Captain Valance, come quickly. We're onto something big. But the old warrior has tired. He drifts into silence. You're certain what he said? We hear quite well, sir, where a large bounty is concerned. Then back to the ship. We've a new job ahead of us. Oh man, this guy's cool. I like this Valance character. The Adventures of Grit Boy. You guys go on without me. Oh boy, I sure could use some extra cash. Chris had a problem. Do what I did, son. Show Grit. America's only national full-time newspaper. Grit has something for everybody. News, sports, recipes, patents, fiction, hobbies, true human interest stories, comics, lots more. Many famous Americans sold Grit. Senators, astronauts, entertainers, successful businessmen, and the homeless. Grit practically sells itself to family, friends, neighbors, cats. For every 35-cent paper sold, you keep 12 cents. You can earn $3, $5, even $12 a week in your spare time. And you know, girls sell Grit too. Earn prizes. 107 prizes to choose from. The more papers you sell, the better the prize. And then, a few weeks later, hey, who's for a double burger? My treat. When you build a Grit business, you build the habit of success. 1 1/4 million families buy Grit, and 30,000 boys and girls sell it. Send no money in advance. You pay only for the papers you sell. I swear these ads are so common, it's like they only had a total of 5 ads to put in all of these comics. Yeah, the ads repeat a lot. Like a lot. Beef up your t-shirts. Just send $2 and send the top of 3 Slim Jim handy packs or 15 individual Slim Jim wrappers, and we'll send you Slim Jim Slim Jim t-shirt. Do it soon. It's not often you get chewy meaty snacks and a new t-shirt at the same time. Everybody loves icy. Hey, there's that duffel bag that you found. Yeah, I'm not going to read this one again. We already read that. I mean, we already read the others too, but whatever. Proton charge is all set, Captain. Everyone aboard for immediate liftoff. As the light cruiser takes to the skies, a series of explosions complete the wiping away of Valance's past. I'm surprised they didn't at least come up with different versions of the Grit paper, even with the exact same Grit ad each time. Yeah. Well, it was the 70s. It was a different time. Focus. There we go. Now he can consider the future, the satisfaction and challenge of a new hunt. Feed the information into our computer, Slizk. Concentrate on the Lepus carnivorous. Of all the leads to Solo, the boy and the droids. Oh, is he hunting Han Solo? Huh, interesting. A man-sized meat-eating green rabbit should be easiest to find. Sure you won't change your mind, Amaza? No thanks, Jax. The high life on these backwater worlds can get pretty low. I'll oversee the ship's refueling. Don't get your ears burned. Yeah, cute lady, even if she doesn't have fur. Good gambler, too. Managed to run up our small stakes into enough to get my old freighter repaired and... Hey, what in the holy hutch? It's an electronet! Jazz Jackrabbit? It's, the hell's his name? Just said on the last page. It's, Jackson. Jackson the Lepus carnivorous. That's it. His name's Jackson. But we can call him Jazz Jackrabbit. I mean, that's the same thing, right? Capable of shocking most creatures into submission or unconsciousness. Awakening from the experience is also less than a picnic. I'd ask what's up, guys, but feels like I am. A negotiable position, Rabbit. Once you name the planet where you served with Han Solo and the boy with the droids. Sorry, Baldy. I don't think on friends. Now I can hurt him, right, Fud? Of course, Daffy. That's why we put the agony inducer on his ear. Yow! Name the planet, Rabbit. Our leader, Captain Valance, is waiting, and there's unimaginable bounty at stake. Bloat out your retros. Again, Daffy. Well, he looks like he's about to be Rabbit Stew. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Elagad the Mighty! Praise be to Elagad. How are you do? How are you do? Welcome, man. Fun Factory. Union Station. Be a ventriloquist. X-ray specs. An amazing illusion. Apparently see through bones, through skin, through clothes. Thrill and embarrass your friends. Mini spy camera. Now take secret or regular pictures with a camera that's easily concealed in the palm of your hand. Takes clear close-up or distant pictures. Pocket spy scope. Pen-sized 8-power telescope spots objects blocks away. Great for watching sports, girls, counter-spying. Power lens optically ground to view every detail. Everything you need to be a stalker, right? Be a skilled locksmith. Alright. Strong arms make all the difference. Almost like a miracle. The latest amazing motionless exercise discovery, Mike Marvel's Scientific Isometrics, will give you fantastic strength with muscles of steel without sweat or strain. Alright, I feel like I've read this one like 80 times already. Holy taste buds, Batman! Get the famous Clark Bar, superhero mobiles. Alright, let's keep going with our story here. Blaster fire, vrap! Who? Just a girl who changed her mind about how to spend the evening. Now don't go for your guns or... I said don't! And the one-time member of the infamous Black Hole Gang is perfectly able to back up all she says. I'm curious if all these old spy cameras were at least decent, or if you can buy it, take some pics, and the image is absolute garbage. I don't know. Maybe you should buy one and try it out, Zeph. I'm sure you can find them on eBay or elsewhere. Some fun, eh, Fuzzy? Like being back on Aduba 3 with Han and the gang. Aw, no. Amazing. I was getting my ears wilted not to tell him that. If any of them are still kicking. One is, brat. And when a fast shot isn't fast enough to stop him. Jackson and Amaza take swiftly to space in the good ship Rabbit's Foot. The good ship Rabbit's Foot? The ship's called the Rabbit's Foot? Oh my gosh. Destination, the little regarded rim world of Aduba 3. Holy crap, we're going back to Aduba 3 now? Wow. And an isolated village in its vast outback. Looks like we beat the bad guys. Maybe we'll even have time to figure why they're coming here. Jabba the Hutt put a price on Solo's head, see Star Wars number 2. But those creeps acted like there's also one on our other pal. Jim, who called himself the Starkiller Kid, when he and his robot Effie threw in with us to defend this place against local bandits in issues 8, 9, and 10. Me? Wanted? By bounty hunters? Pretty funny, Jax. I'm an old married farmer. Mary and I are expecting our first baby. There's no way. Somebody thinks there is, kid. Right or wrong, they're the kind of sweeties who will stomp your home into dust just to stay in practice. Unless we make some plans, and fast. Whoa, make way for Spider-Man car, only $7.49, made of durable plastic and articulated for comic action figures. including a Spidey net. Each car comes with 3 fully posable 3-inch figures, Spider-Man and Green Goblin, and one other. They don't tell you what the one other is, but okay. There's a picture of the Hulk there, so does it come with the Hulk? Because that's the Green Goblin, there's Spider-Man, there's the Hulk. One other, they just throw in a random, like a Barbie or something. Spidey utility belt. You want to focus? Come on, focus. Damn it. God damn it. Spidey utility belt featuring great gizmos like a watch, handcuffs, a grappler, a communicator, and a web. Green Arrow or Captain America, $6.95. Shoots safety-tipped arrows, complete with shield. Marvel Comics mini viewer. No batteries needed. With cassette plus package of 2 additional cassettes. Watch your own Marvel movie. Visit the hero's world. Alright. And here is the sport a boy grows up with, shooting a daisy. Here's the new Daisy 840. This new 840 single-stroke pump is one terrific daisy. It's a BB gun and a pellet gun, and it shoots just as great, looks too. As it looks too, okay. With all the power and accuracy my son Ken needs to beat me to the bullseye every time. The 840 is the kind of gun he can really be proud of. Shooting also gives me a chance to spend more time together. On weekends, we set up targets in the backyard, and before you know it, we're talking, laughing, and just having fun. That's one sport boys and dads never outgrow. John Unitas and his son Ken shooting a daisy in their own backyard. Alrighty. Amaza looks to the sky. Nothing is visible. Yet. Approaching the Aduba system, Captain Valance. Time to review the tape, so no one is mistaken about what our goal is. Yet Valance's own mind drifts back to his last moments, serving the Empire in an outworld skirmish. Ooh, okay, we finally get to see some of the actual Empire. You know, in an entire freaking year of Star Wars, we're on issue 16. There has not been one appearance by the Empire. Not a single one. The Empire was last shown in like issue number 6. And now we're at 16. This is the first time we've ever seen the Empire in like 10 issues. And it's in a flashback. Moments when his career as a stormtrooper officer of ruthless promise, oh, he was a stormtrooper, okay, was ended by a rebel serial torpedo. What the hell's a serial torpedo? What does that mean? He survived the blast, but by a margin so narrow the retreating Imperials left him at the Telos 4 medical station to die. Instead, to his own regret, he was saved. At a price, the knowledge he could never again stand with the pride in the Empire's ranks. But that's the past. I've destroyed that. Now there's the boy. The boy and his droids. Bitterly, Valance punches the tape into the player and wants to feel the hate. Well, this is interesting. They're actually building up a character. It's not just like some cheesy, dumb, cartoon villain that we've had in the past few issues. But we'll see where this goes. I'm curious. Want to focus? Come on, focus, focus, focus. Come on, focus, damn it. God damn it, focus! Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. The same hate he felt on first viewing the tape taken from a rebel spy slain by his men. It's an illegal dupe of an Imperial transmission, and details the incredible escape of Senator and Princess Leia Organa from the Death Star. Oh. That one participant, Han Solo, had a price on his head. Interested, Valance interested Valance, as did the hint that Sith Lord Darth Vader was soundly tested by a strange, unknown old man. But it was the boy who fired Valance's fury, for his part was done with the cooperation, indeed, the friendship of two droids. The tape images fade. Okay. So this is a man who watched Star Wars and it filled him with hate. And anger. Oh my gosh. But Valance's revulsion that any human would willingly ally himself with junk only grows. Okay, we want to stop with the freaking... Oh my god. Oh my god, seriously. You... Camera? Will you calm down? Okay. Aduba 3, Captain. Alright. We know what we're looking for, and that the Empire will gladly pay several fortunes if we find it. Yet even as he says this, the bounty hunter wonders. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me just get this set up a little bit here, and that, and then... Okay. Okay, maybe that's a little better. Alright. Captain, they're bringing the fighting to us. Only an N-class freighter by the sensors, so full shields immediately. Well, is that Thanos' little brother? Thanos' little brother? Who, this guy? Oh my god, would you stop with the... Okay, sorry about fussing with the god dang little camera. As you have mini Thanos? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Could be. I mean, this is Marvel. Alright. Valance's swiftly shouted order is just as swiftly obeyed. It saves his ship. Fredow! If not the dignity of his crew. Fools! Those independent starhoppers always modify their ships. You can't judge them by official classifications. No more than they can judge us by one quick encounter. Not bad, eh, gorgeous? Han Solo'd be pretty proud. The old rabbit's foot ain't his... What? The old rabbit's foot ain't in his Millennium Falcon's class. But we may just settle this fracas right now. Not even need your original plan, Amaza. Dream on, green ears, the way I read the scanner. Oh, okay. Hey, we got more Star Wars. Alright, I'll get to those afterwards. Send for the Marvel superheroes. If you order 5, you get a free subscription to Star Wars. Imagine that. Okay, we'll get to the Star Wars. There's a little pizzazz thing, some nonsense. Alright. Cool. Virom! This is where the creaming starts. The creaming? What? As I suspected, the rabbit's craft has augmented shielding. All gunners should adjust power levels accordingly and lock in on my firing pattern. What happened to the old dude, the senile jet guy who's supposed to be Don Juan Quixote? Well, he was in that medical facility and he was mumbling and then they blew up the medical facility. So, I don't know. Did he die? I don't know. He might be dead. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I didn't expect to ever see him again. I was kind of surprised. Rip him. He might show up again. I don't know. All gunners should adjust power levels accordingly and lock in on my firing pattern. Our young robot lover could well be aboard the freighter. So before storming the village in search of our quarry, I want that ship! Cripes! Think of how many steaks I could buy for that plating will cost. But under pounding of such intensity, the high cost of hull plating would seem to be the least of it, as the rabbit's foot suddenly plunges toward Aduba 3's surface. Maybe he'll pull an Obi-Wan and appear as a ghost. Could be. I hope he made it out. Me too. I like Don Juan Quixote. He seems like he's a fun character. Good. Looks like we hit them just hard enough. I wanted them down, but intact. The Empire will pay for bodies, but not unrecognizable crisps. As a hawk pursues a sparrow, the light cruiser follows its prey down to a vast sprawl of grassland. An oasis arena amid this planet's rock and sand. No wonder the villagers considered it worthwhile to pay Solo and his band to protect this. Nothing stirring on the freighter, Captain Valance. The crash landing may have done our work for us, but don't count on it. And remember, if the boy's aboard, he's mine. Taking the first squad, Slizk. I'll follow with the rest of the crew. Camelot, the store that has it all. From the first Marvel comic published in 1939 to Frank Brunner's original drawing for the cover of Howard the Duck #1, no comic catalog in the world can match Camelot. It's exciting. Our super catalog costs more because it's the best, but you get your money back with your first order. Nice. Join SLC for super prizes or cash. Real switchblade. ... Comb. But no one is aboard as Valance and his men swiftly find. Captain, they've abandoned their ship for the tall grass. Chawoom! That should bring them running. Yeah, just pray Jim and his volunteers deliver on their end. I don't know what voice to give the rabbit. I'm just trying things. I don't know. This is it. Wish Han and Chewbacca were here to take charge, but at least they taught us we could fight for what's ours. Let's see how well we learned. Blam! The shot echoes loudly across the plain, only to be followed by something louder yet. The ground! This place isn't subject to quakes. What? Banthas! Oh my god, the Banthas are stampeding. The crazy villagers have stampeded their herd, and the high tangled grass is nearly impossible to run in. As one by one Valance's bounty hunters have the misfortune to discover. It's over. A terrible thing to behold, but it saved our village. Give credit to Jackson and Amaza. They bought us time to gather the Banthas, to draw those killers down here. Don't hand out the medals yet, kid. There's bound to be more we ain't flushed yet. Good advice, Bunny. And you made this character itchy enough to show himself. Fudow! That was Slsk. The fool should have stayed hidden. But while their attention is on him, I can... Bullpen bulletins. Big double play. Alright. What is this? Okay, what is this? Big double play. Great Hostess cakes. Get your mitts on these Hostess Big Leaguers. Hostess cupcakes, rich, moist, devil's food cake, covered with chocolatey icing, Twinkies cakes, golden sponge cake, and cream filling. A winning combination. Free baseball cards. 3 full-color cards printed on the bottom of every specially marked box of Twinkies cakes, Suzy Q's, Hostess cupcakes, and other Hostess cakes. 150 big league baseball cards with statistics. Alright, we'll get back to these after. Okay, we're almost through this. There we go. Forget reaching your ship. A Mesa, zapping your mate wasn't so fast. What? Fast. Oh. A Mesa zapping your mate wasn't so fascinating that we'd miss you. Captain Valance is correct. Or Captain Valance, correct? Even if it ain't, we want answers. Like, how come you're after our pal Jim's hide? You? You're the boy who fought in Han Solo's group here? But you're not the one on the Death Star transmission tape. I don't even know what that is. You're after the wrong boy. Between my obsession and the crew's greed, we did this all for nothing. Valance drops his empty blaster and laughs long and hard, leaving the startled trio before him totally unprepared for what happens next. Zadak! The laughter stops. Enough! Solo's droid-loving young companion is somewhere in this galaxy, and you three won't stand between me and finding him. Reflexes send them diving out of the main blast. Comic Stream, this is a thing? I've been missing out. Yeah, I do it every Sunday. And R&B Pikachu also. R&B Pikachu's been reading the older Golden Age stuff, Marvel, like the earliest Marvel stuff from like 1940, 1939, stuff like that. And I've been reading through the original 1977 Star Wars, Ghost Rider, and occasionally I'll do Spider-Man or something else. But yeah. Welcome in. How you doing? But scarcely far enough to be in any shape to halt the bounty hunter, as he charges to his now crewless ship. Wow, they killed his entire crew? That seems like it was a huge loss. That sucks. What a waste. And blasts away. Maybe this guy's not that great of a bounty hunter, huh? Toward the stars. I'm not sure what happened, but it seems to be over. Yeah, kid, I guess. For us. For Han's friend with the droids, I wonder. Oh, damn. While in the fleeing craft's cockpit, Valance claws compulsively at his face. I underestimated them. Should never have had to use the arm. But I did it swiftly. My secret should still be safe. And a terrible secret it is for a robot hater. Living with the fact that at the Telos 4 medical station, half his body was replaced by cybernetic parts. Terrible for being a cyborg only makes Vance more determined that the hunt shall go on. Holy crap, he's like half Terminator. Holy crap. That's crazy. Next issue, The Empire Strikes. Do we actually get to see the Empire in the next issue? That'll be pretty cool. Cox Superhero Sweepstakes. Win one of 160 super prizes. Most spectacular sweepstakes in power model history. Every prize a high-speed, fuel-powered beauty. All prizes ready to run. No assembly or painting required. Nothing to buy. Costs nothing to enter. Fill in coupon or facsimile and mail today. 10 fabulous first prizes. Cox Off-Road Radio-Controlled Dune Buggy. First off-road car in RC, runs in backyards, playgrounds, almost anywhere. Ready built of tough metal and polypropylene, 12 beautiful inches long with complete radio system and 49 cent, no, that's not cent, .049 engine included. Full radio control with 2 football field area. Okay. And we have 50 Dynamite second prizes, Cox Corsair, right out of Black Sheep Squadron, in its authentic navy blue with marine insignia, already assembled with .049 engine and 19-inch wingspan for terrific control line flying. Cox Star Cruiser UFO. Hand launch your own starship. Cox .049 engine drives the free flight UFO hundreds of feet straight up. Ready built, 13-inch diameter. Solid prices, yeah. Alright, so let's get to the Star Wars. We can read the letters to the editor here. I actually like this issue. This is probably my favorite issue since, I would say, since the first 6 that were retelling the movie. A lot of the issues that we've read have kind of floundered, I guess. I didn't really like the Waterworld arc. I thought the Waterworld arc was kind of lame. But yeah, I think this shows promise. This could go somewhere. I think this could be interesting. So yeah, we'll see what happens next week. But all right, Star Wars. Dear Archie, Carmine, and Terry, whatever happened to your letter column, Star Wars? Yeah, there hasn't been any Star Wars in like the last 5 issues. Like, what the hell? I've been looking for it, but it's just not been there. Well, 2 things, actually, Julie. The phenomenal success of George Lucas's Star Wars movie, not unsurprisingly, carried over into our Star Wars comic. We found we were reaching a readership much broader than that of the average Marvel comic book, which ain't exactly chopped liver when it comes to reaching people either. In short, a lot of people were reading the Star Wars comic who don't normally read comics at all, so in our sneaky, mercenary, but basically lovable fashion, we decided to let this great untapped group in on what they had been missing by putting in as many ads as we could about the multitude of other Marvel masterpieces available for the discerning reader. In order to ensure maximum exposure, we even sacrificed the letter page for a few issues. Then the second thing happened. Namely, writer-editor Archie Goodwin. He's nice, he's amiable, he's even a fair to middling writer, and holds of several awards to attest to that fact. But he's SLOW, and as a direct consequence of that, he is often LATE. Each issue, he's assured us he'd take charge of getting the letters page done, and then each issue he'd run a little late and have to postpone it until next issue. So what began as just a few issues without a letter page grew into quite a few issues. Finally, we armadillos had to put our collective foot down, and the weight of that collective foot seems to have done the job. Mr. Goodwin hereby formally apologizes to all of Marveldom and Star Warsdom assembled. Where the hell is it? I lost my spot. Okay. And throws himself on your mercy. He further swears that henceforth he or assistant editor Mark Grunwald will absolutely and positively have a letters page prepared for each and every issue. We believe him, but we're keeping a collective foot on his neck just in case. Seriously, we do feel the letters pages are an important part of our books. One of the few chances for dialogue between all of you and all of us. A book without such a dialogue isn't quite the book we want it to be. So please keep your letters and your opinions coming. They're important to us. Even letters that don't get printed do get read. We like to know what you're thinking. And if what we're thinking is what you want. Having gone quite a while without a regular letters page and having eaten up the above space explaining why, we'll turn the rest of the column over to excerpts from mail on various issues just to bring things up to date. Whew. Chewbacca is being shown as much too vicious a fighter. Sure, Wookiees tear out people's arms if they lose, but once is enough to discourage any future winner hopefuls. The tactic becomes a bluff, and any viewing of the movie shows Chewie in particular to be not much in favor of the closer calls. True, he chased Han after Han in the corridor, but when Han outdistanced him and he heard the blasting, he paused and let Han retreat back to him. And even Han accused him of being scared of the garbage monster. I'm not saying to make him a coward, but his fights should be toned down, with his showing more fearful caution. It was part of his personality, so why hide it? Also, Chewie should be more cool, literally close-mouthed. He seldom showed much teeth, Does he have a gentle side? Kim McCarthy, 705 South Market Street, Waterloo, Illinois. I have but one request for this comic book. Bring back Darth Vader! Tim Brogdon, no address. Star Wars number 10 was one of the best drawn issues yet. Howard Chaykin has brought Star Wars to third on my list of favorites. Carmine Infantino has been a personal favorite since 1960 or thereabouts. The passage of time has not dimmed his power, nor my esteem. His sci-fi work has always been especially fine, and in Star Wars he accomplished what Chaykin somehow could not. He has fused his own remarkable style with Lucas's visual concepts beautifully, and Terry Austin's first-class inks are icing on the cake. Bravo, Jim Whelan. Richmond Hill, New York. To date, your production of Star Wars has been superb. I even give you leeway for literary license, but Star Wars number 8 was too much. Don Juan Quixote? Really? Kim Weaver, Somerset, California. I love Don Juan Quixote. He's my favorite character. They even brought him back in this issue. Star Wars number 11 was definitely the best yet. The Goodwin Infantino team was marvelous. Keep up the good work until Chewie the Wookiee become flea-infested. Make mine marvel. Peter Schink, Portola Valley, California. So far, Marvel's continuations of the Star Wars character adventures have been great. My only suggestions are more of the Jedi Knights, more of the Force, make Luke Skywalker become a Jedi. After all, Ben Kenobi was training him. Keep Don Juan Quixote in the series. He's interesting. More of the Rebellion, remember that? More of Darth Vader in the Empire. Mike Harris, Durham, North Carolina. Hey fellas, if C-3PO had a nervous breakdown, would he have to go see Sigmund Droid? I like that. That's so stupid. That's so stupid that I like it. If C-3PO had a nervous breakdown, would he have to go see Sigmund Droid? That's so dumb. I love it. Gilbert Avila, Palo Alto, California. And so it goes. In closing, we're also sorry to have to announce that last issue, number 15, was also the last issue for regular inker Terry Austin. Terry came aboard with issue number 11 and stuck through the entire Waterworld Crimson Jack saga, which wound up last month. His deliciously detailed renderings have drawn a lot of favorable comment from most readers, to say nothing of a lot of heavy oohing and ahhing right here in the offices of Marvel. Starting with writer Archie Goodwin and penciler Carmine Infantino. Unfortunately, the commitment of 2 monthly titles, Terry also inks our popular X-Men book, provided too much for someone who puts as much work into a job as Terry. He's promised us to try to do an occasional fill-in issue, so we haven't lost him entirely. Fortunately, we've got an equally talented young gentleman to jump into the rather deep breach left by Mr. Austin's departure, namely Bob Wyakek. Bob handled the finishes on this issue's special fill-in story, and as of this writing has volunteered to keep it up on a regular basis as Cavorton Carmine, after a short sojourn on a special Star-Lord project, takes up the regular penciling chores next month. And we again pick up the adventures of Luke Skywalker and company. So farewell, Terry. Many thanks, and Bob, glad to have you with us. Alright, so we're getting Carmine Infantino back next issue, I guess. Sweet. Sigmund Droid. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Alright, well that was Star Wars issue number 16. Next week we will be on to issue 17. It seems like things are starting to get interesting here. So, that's cool. I'm curious to see where this goes. I have never actually read this far in the comic. So, this is all new to me. I don't know what to expect at all. Alright, up next we have Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider. Okay, here we go. There we go. So, some of my issues after like the first three, the condition of them goes down quite a bit. They're kind of rougher, but yeah, whatever. As long as they're all intact, that's kind of all I care about. So here we go. Ghost Rider number 4. Is he alive or dead? Smash up, but it missed me. I'm home free. That's what you think, Ryder, for Death Stalks the Demolition Derby. Alright, let's go. Let's go. The insult that made a man out of Mac. Okay, we already read this like 5 times. Okay. I'm going to skip some of the ads that I've already read, especially if they're really long, but if it's a new ad, I'll read it. But, you know, I don't want to read the same ads every single issue. By the way, if any of you are interested in catching up or whatever, I post all of my comic book reading streams onto YouTube. So if you click on the Metroid down below, if you like scroll down and look at the About Me section or something, there should be like a big picture of a Metroid. If you click on that, it should take you to my YouTube page where I post all my streams. But yeah, you know, if for whatever reason you wanted to catch up and you know, see the other comic book streams that I've done, they're all on the YouTube. So, all right, Stan Lee presents The Ghost Rider. Death Stalks the Demolition Derby. Written by Gary Friedrich, drawn by Jim Mooney, inked by Vince Coletta, colored by P. Goldberg, edited by Roy Thomas. Demolition Derby, one of the fastest growing spectator sports in America. The screaming breaks, the smashing glass, the crunching of metal, and in the midst of it all, Johnny Blaze, the Ghost Rider. It's all here, Pilgrim, so turn the page, because the only sure winner is you. Alright, this is February 1974 issue. 20 cents per copy. Okay, so we're in 1974 now. Sweet. Okay. Last chance, gas 10 miles. A lonely highway stretches across the desert like a discarded black ribbon that shimmers in the moonlight. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken by a faint roar in the distance. A roar which increases in velocity as a lone cyclist speeds over the horizon. But no ordinary biker is this, out for a simple cruise in the cool desert air. Nope. This is the Flaming Scald Ghost Rider, and he's running for his very life from the hotly pursuing highway patrol. The innocent victim of satanic spawn tragedies which make him a fugitive from both the law and the devil. He realizes this may well be his last ride, and even a Ghost Rider is possessed by the burning will to live. Hold your fire, Slim. No need to shoot him. Let him ride on and get the surprise of his life around the next bend. They're closing in on me. Have to think of something fast. Roadblock! Hold it, you freak! This is the end of the line. Going too fast to stop. Only one chance, and I have to take it. Summoning all his skills as the world's greatest stunt cyclist, he cuts the wheels sharply to the left and leaves the pavement at a deadly 80 miles per hour. His very life now in the hands of a screaming machine. Scream! Wow, 111-piece coin kit! Here's what you get. 20 US and foreign coins to start your hobby. 50 coin storage envelopes to house your budding collection. 5 pieces of genuine currency. 32-page hobby and coin booklet featuring hundreds of different exciting items. Coin catalog showing the prices paid for all valuable and scarce US coins. Only $2. Plus a surprise packet that may contain more scarce or exotic items, perhaps even gold. All packed grab bag style. 111 items in all. Exciting start to this profit-making hobby. A lifetime of interest. I'll make you a master of karate. Karate is the secret oriental art of self-defense that turns your hands, arms, and legs into paralyzing weapons without any bodily contact. Okay. Yours free. Glamorous iced cologne and cream sachet. Worth $6, yours free. Accept our gift of glamour free and discover how you can earn up to $25 or $50 more a week in your spare time. We need imaginative women like you to represent Blair. Imaginative women like me? A division of the Chapstick Company. You don't need any experience. You don't have to make any investment. We'll rush you our gift of glamour featuring 4 famous Blair Beauty aids, our beautiful new catalog, a free sample of upholstery and rug cleaner, and everything else you need to start making extra money in your spare time. Once you receive your Blair gift of glamour, you'll see why so many women just like you are now enjoying an exciting new career in their own Blair beauty and home products business. It's easy to make up to $25, $50, or more every week by introducing your friends, neighbors, and others to Blair's selection of cosmetics, fragrances, food products, health aids, home helpers, and gift items. You can earn up to 40% on your orders. 2. As a Blair dealer, you get your own beauty aids and home products at a special discount prices. Mail the coupon today. Don't wait. Really, guys, you shouldn't wait. Alright? Don't wait. Okay. We'll send your Blair gift of glamour worth $8.25. This kit features our moisturized hand cream, iced cologne, cream sachet, cream hair dress, and a sample bottle of upholstery and rug cleaner. Value of this kit is $8.25 and it's yours free when you send in your first order within 30 days. Or if you decide this is not the kind of career you've been waiting for, you may return the kit to us, and as a gift for letting us tell you about this opportunity, you may keep any 2 items in the kit and the sample cleaner absolutely free. Gift of glamour worth $8.25 can be yours absolutely free. Mail the coupon today, and as soon as your request has been approved, we'll send you your gift of glamour. That includes all of the things I just read. Okay. Bonus mail coupon for 4 full-size Blair Beauty products plus... Okay, yeah. These Blair Beauty dealers make big money in just a few spare time hours a week. You can too. Alright, this thing's trying to make sure it's still, like, wanting to focus. God damn it. Okay, there we go, like that. Oh, it's like, there we go. Maybe? Okay, there we go. What year was this? Is there still time? I hope we haven't waited too long. This is 1974. We might be a little bit late. I don't know. There could still be time. Earn money for a new wardrobe. Selling Blair quality products has given me a chance to buy pretty new clothes. This means very much to me. One week I sold $102 worth of merchandise in only 3 afternoons. Elizabeth Grass, Maine. Blair kits make it easy to do. Take orders. Before I started, I lacked confidence in myself, but with the big Blair kit, it was so easy for me to take orders. I have earned so much. Being able to serve and help other people gives me a fresh new outlook on life. Mary Mitchell, Indiana. Blair products sell themselves. Blair quality products sell themselves once people use them. This makes it much easier for the dealer. My family uses Blair products too. Selling Blair products has enabled me to meet new people, renew old friendships, and earn extra spending money. C.W. Clark, Pennsylvania. Get over $70 on very first order. My first order amounted to over $70. I enjoy selling Blair products because it gives me extra money, real nice gifts, and a chance to visit my friends and neighbors. Joan Dunn, Georgia. Alright, let's keep going. Hung on through the skid. Now if I can just keep it up over these rocks. I made it. Now I can tear out across the desert, and there's no way they can follow me. It's like I've gotten away again. Here we go. Okay. He's heading cross country. Initiate special hot pursuit and make it fast. He didn't bargain for this. Anywhere he can go, we can go. This hopped up dune buggy will run him smack into the ground, and that's a promise. That there's a promise. Okay. What the hell? I don't know what the hell. I'm having like issues with my positioning right now. I don't know why, but all right. I think that's okay. Okay. Free and clear. Good thing I've had lots of motocross experience, though this is rough riding. What the devil's that? No way they could be on my tail. Vroom! Oh yes there is. Must have had it hidden in the truck. Now I'm in for the chase of my life. But I'm not finished. There are still places a bike can go that a dune buggy can't. But evidently, that hill wasn't one of them. I have to think, come up with a way to shake them. And I believe I see it just ahead. Watch it, he's gonna jump that gully. I know I can make it. But if they can, I'm in big trouble. You must be crazy. This heap's too heavy to get over. That's what you think. Hang on, Charlie, because we're making the jump. Slowed them down, but they're still coming. Maybe it's time I just gave up. You know what? I'm just gonna put this thing away. And do that. There we go. Let's just do it this way. Alright, cool. 6. Take any 6 LPs or 5 tapes, cartridge or cassette, for only 99 cents. Hey, that's a good deal. That's a pretty good deal. We got Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy, Uriah Heep live. I love Uriah Heep. Bette Midler, The Divine Miss M, Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill, Around the World with Three Dog Night, Diana Ross, Ladies Sing the Blues, Moody Blues, Seventh Sojourn, The Temptations, Masterpiece, Neil Diamond, Hot August Night, Gladys Knight and the Pips, neither one of us, Helen Reddy, I Am Woman, Donny Osmond, Alone Together, Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You, Jerry Lee Lewis, The Session, Fifth Dimension, Living Together, Growing Together, Chris Christopherson, Jesus Was a Capricorn, Stevie Wonder, Talking Book, Mahler, 8th Symphony, Salty, Mandrill, Composite Truth, Wat Stax, Edward Bear, Dawn Tune Weaving, Curtis Mayfield, Superfly, Moody Blues, Days of Future Past, James Brown, Black Caesar Soundtrack, Best of the James Gang. At last, a record and tape club with no obligation, only benefits. Yes, take your choice of any 6 stereo LPs or any 5 stereo tape cartridges or cassettes shown here, worth up to $41.88 for just 99 cents. Absolutely no obligation to buy anything ever. And this is just an introduction to the kind of solid savings members enjoy every day on records and tapes of all labels. You can cash in on these same giant savings too. Guaranteed discounts up to 81% the instant you join. See the comparison chart below and save. Record Club of America, world's largest and lowest priced record and tape club. No obligation to buy anything, ever. More great hits to choose from. Victoria de Los Angeles, Songs of the Auvergne, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, David Bowie, nice, Chuck Berry, The London Sessions, Grand Funk Railroad, Steppenwolf, Greatest Hits, The Silvers, Rod Stewart, Never a Dull Moment, Introduction to Der Ring des Nibelungen. I think I have that LP actually, or I sold it or something. I don't know. Man of La Mancha original soundtrack. Oh, I have Man of La Mancha on VHS. Haven't watched it. Steve Miller Band, Anthology, 2 LPs. Tony Bennett, Listen Easy. Richard Harris, Its Greatest Performers. New Seekers, Pinball Wizards. Eric Clapton at his best. Raspberries, Fresh, John Mayall, Down the Line, Larry Coryell, Verdi Rigoletto, Symphony, 3 LPs. These selections only, not available in tape. Roy Buchanan, 4 Tops, Keeper of the Castle, Isaac Hayes, Live at the Sahara Tahoe, Temptations, All Directions, Hurricane Smith, Gilbert O'Sullivan, Holst the Planet's Meta, Godspell movie soundtrack. I want to focus. Come on, focus. Damn it. I wish this thing had just like a manual focus. I could just turn the dial or something. It's so frustrating. I hate the autofocus bullshit. Whatever. Godspell movie soundtrack. Sha-na-na, Golden Age of Rock and Roll. Jackson 5. Lobo of A Simple Man. Don McLean, Ohio Players. Eric Clapton, Chuck Berry, Stephen Eddy, Three Dog Night, Yes, Uriah Heep, The Magician's Birthday, Strauss, Power of Joe Simon, and Jim Croce. Cool. I have one of the Uriah Heep album covers as the desktop background on my computer. I couldn't think of what to do, and I always change it every New Year's, and like I couldn't think of what to set it as. So I was like, all right, find a album cover I like. So I went with Uriah Heep, that Rainbow Demon album or something. Anyway, but I can't. Not until I've rid myself of Satan's curse. That's the cause of all this anyway. There he goes, heading straight toward a dead end. Not even the Ghost Rider can jump the canyon at the top. As you saw in your first phantasmagorical issue, Roy. I might have known it. Good thing my luck's all bad. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any luck at all. But what do I do now? Just one chance. Since I created the cycle with my satanic powers, I should be able to make it disappear just as easily. It's working, but I have to keep concentrating. That's it. It's almost gone. I should be able to make it disappear just... Oh, wait, I read that. Now I'll just hide behind these rocks and let them try to figure out what happened to me. Where'd he go? Not a sign of him. He couldn't have jumped, but he couldn't have disappeared into thin air either. Nuts. I'd better stop looking for him and watch where I'm going, or we'll be over the edge. Scree! Scree! I ain't much of a complainer, but I was just about to mention that myself. That was close. My knees feel like they're made out of jello. But where in blazes is that guy? He couldn't have gone over. No sign of him down below. I tell you, there's something mighty strange about all this. A flaming skull costume, and now he just disappears on us. Morning, changed back to Johnny Blaze. Weak from my injuries. Have to give up or die. Hey, look at that. You have to help me. I'm hurt bad. Watch it. Could be a trick. No, he's in rough shape. A $1,000 look for $37. Free Powerful Muscles Fast. Free Ruby Crystal. Write today to find out how you can receive a different interesting mineral specimen every month. Detailed Come Alive fact sheet included. Fascinating hobby for all ages. Okay. Other Strategy and Tactics. That's a magazine. I've actually had some issues of that. It's kind of cool. Alright, there we go. Meanwhile, 200 miles away in the state capital, Carson City. Oh, they're in Nevada. Okay. I thought they were in Arizona. Guess they're in Nevada now. Alright. Yes, this is the Attorney General. What? You've captured him? Excellent, Sheriff. Now get him to the hospital and see he gets the best of care. Even though he's wanted, he may be the most important man in the state at this moment. What is it? Is it Johnny? It is, isn't it? Is he hurt? Have they done anything to him? There's no cause for alarm, Miss Simpson. He'll be fine. He's been captured by the Highway Patrol and hospitalized. But we've no reason to believe he won't recover. So calm down and let's talk. As you know, Johnny's in a lot of trouble. However, there may be a way he can be pardoned. If you can convince him to cooperate with me, I'm certain it can be arranged. Oh, we'll do anything if it will clear him. Good. Then I want you to leave for Las Vegas as soon as I've explained my proposition. Whatever you say, sir, as long as it will help my Johnny. And at that moment, in a Las Vegas hospital, you know how lucky you are to be alive, boy? If I had my way, we'd have just gunned you down, save the taxpayers' money. You old fool of a police sergeant, if you hadn't been so arrest-happy, I wouldn't be here in the first place. Boy, you need to learn some respect for the law, and I know how to teach it to you. Walk! You need a hand, Decker? Be glad to give it to you. That's it. Be a big man and get yourself some help. Like I was saying, boy, you need a lesson. Give him a good one, boys. Easy, boy. We won't hurt you. We're just gonna humor Decker. Yeah, he's seen the French Connection one too many times. Don't be too hard on him, boys. The Eternal General says he's VIP. Me, I've got his Injun gal friend down at the station. I'm gonna have a talk with her. Linda Littletrees from the last 3 issues. As if you didn't remember. Yes, sir. Me and that little gal got a lot to talk about. Ugh! Watch where you're going, you clumsy fool. Oh, sorry about that, dude. Guess I was in a hurry. Well, be more careful in the future, Sergeant. If it's Mr. Jensen to you, don't forget that. Now tell me what's going on here. Take your hands off that young man unless you want to find yourselves in the unemployment line. We're sorry, Mr. Jensen. He was just following the sergeant's orders. Well, from now on, you follow my orders. And get out of here. Mr. Blaze and I have something urgent to discuss. I apologize for those animals, Mr. Blaze, and I'll try to make it up to you. You see, I've been an admirer of yours for some time now, and I'm delighted we finally met. Dude Jensen. Now I remember. You're the stock car promoter, the biggest in the business. I've been quite successful, yes, but not as much as I could be. That's where you come in, my boy. I want you to go to work for me, in return for which I will take care of your troubles with the law. Next day, in the same hospital room. Rocky, what are you doing here? How'd you find me? Let's just say, my love led me to you, along with some help from the police. Well, I've got news for you. We don't have to worry about that anymore. I don't want to talk about it, Johnny. I just want you to hold me. That's the best offer I've had all day, honey. Come here. That was great, but now I have to tell you, I'm off the hook. All the charges against me have been dropped. I'm going to work for Dude Jensen, and he fixed everything with the law. Oh no, that's the man the Attorney General's after. But I can't let Johnny know, not until I check with the attorney. That's wonderful, Johnny. I can't tell you how happy I am. But when all seems well at last for the 2 young lovers, a third party arrives on the scene. A girl named Linda Littletrees. He's with her. I should just march in and claw her eyes out. But I won't. If I bide my time, my moment's sure to come. Jeez, so aggressive. 2 months pass, and Johnny Blaze recovers from his injuries, somehow managing to keep secret his other identity. Thus, the stage is set for his debut as star of the Dude Jensen Demolition Derby. The Las Vegas Fairgrounds, hey, I used to go there, are packed for the event, and excitement charges the air in advance of the greatest promotion in the history of motorsports. But excitement is not what Rocky Simpson feels as she desperately dials the state's attorney general. The proper word for what she feels is fear. No, sir, I haven't learned anything, but I know something terrible is going to happen. Isn't there something you can do? I'm afraid not. Until you have some evidence against Jensen, my hands are tied. So all I can tell you is be alert, and by all means, be careful. He's probably right. I'm just a little edgy. I'll stop off and see Johnny before the derby starts, and that'll probably put my mind at ease. If nothing else, I can wish him luck and feel reassured that he loves me. Johnny, I just want to tell you, I know you're nervous, but there's nothing to... Oh. Hello, Miss Simpson. Johnny and I were just talking about old times. So I noticed, and as far as I'm concerned, you can talk them over for the rest of your lives. Rocky, wait, you don't understand. Alright, next page is the Ghost Riders, which I will read at the end. So we'll come back to that. Alright, the key to your future, locksmithing, veterinary assistant. These are very unexciting ads. Whatever. Alright, here we go. Linda's just a friend. She doesn't mean anything to me. Is that why she was in your arms? If you stay away from me, if you want her, you've got her. Here's something for you to remember me by. Smack! Wow, she just like punched him in the face. Perfect. She shot herself down beautifully. Now it's time for me to get to work. Don't let her bother you, Johnny. After all, at least you still have me. Get out of my life, lady. You've been nothing but trouble since the day I met you. At this stage of my life, I've had all the trouble I need. Whatever you say, handsome, but when you get lonely, remember all you have to do is whistle. Women. If it weren't cursed by the devil, I think I'd become a priest. Uh-oh. It's getting dark already, and that means I'd better lock myself in. I don't think the world's ready for my nightly Jekyll and Hyde. Here it comes, head throbbing, burning with fever. Lord, I don't know how many more times I can stand it. Once more, it begins. The eerie transformation from human to hell-spawn demon, as Sunset forgets Johnny Blaze and creates the Ghost Rider. It's over again, at least until morning. Have to forget the pain, conjure up my cycle, and get to work. Look at the crowd. The place is jammed. Looks like at least my name is still worth something to the box office. If only I live long enough to collect my share. Guess I'll give them a super wheelie, then let the announcer fill them in on what's going to happen. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Blaze, the Ghost Rider, ready to thrill and amaze you with his death-defying cycle wizardry. Right here, before your very eyes, he will attempt to become the first cyclist ever to survive a demolition derby. And I don't hesitate to tell you that his chances are not good. Too skinny? New scientific discovery helps you put on weight. Secret book safe with a combination lock that only you can open. Surveying pays big. Hypnotize with any TV set. First evening or your money back. Television repairman's accidental discovery makes anyone a hypnotist right away. Secret method uses ordinary TV set. No electronic knowledge needed. No prior hypnotic training needed. Send no money. Just name and address. Oh my gosh. Boys, girls, you can be a Bicycle Moto X rider. You can now join the American Bicycle Moto X Association. That's a mouthful. Boys, girls, Bicycle Moto X, motocross, okay, is sweeping the country. This new and exciting fun sport is run the same way the motorcycle racers run motocross, except that instead of an expensive motorcycle, you ride a Stingray type of bike that you've fixed up for racing using ABMXA approved parts and accessories. If you want to join the thousands of kids who are already enjoying this exciting, fast, thrilling sport, join American Bicycle Motocross Association today. You'll have fun and thrills racing against your friends or in organized events riding with your own team. I guess it's a fitting ad to have in a Ghost Rider comic, yeah? Yeah. And now, here they come, fans. All the cars are in their starting positions, along with the death-defying Johnny Blaze. Hold on to your seats and gun your engines. It's time for the start. You won't get through your first heat in that clown costume, Blaze. Nor will you, braggart, if you keep your eyes on me instead of the traffic. Go! The green flag drops, brakes squeal, tires fly through the air. Man and machine come together in a spectacular display of raw, uncontrolled violence, but avoiding the mayhem is a lone cycler who knows full well that even he may not survive to see the finish. Come on, we want to focus. There we go. Maybe? Okay. While just outside the arena, a heartbroken Rocky Simpson strolls aimlessly past the promoter's trailer. He was with her. I saw them together. Now nothing else matters, not even the Attorney General's investigation. We have to get him. That's why you're here. I promote these races for profit, and my drivers have to win. Red Thompson is an independent, and he's been tearing up my boys. It's costing me a fortune, and it has to be stopped. Meaning you want me to arrange for him to have an accident? Well, you called the right man, dude. He won't live through today's race. I'm counting on that. Now get out there and good hunting. The Attorney General was right. Jensen is running a crooked operation, and he'll stop at nothing to keep it going. Not even murder. Oh! Hold it, honey. Your ears are burning, and I got a feeling it ain't from the sound of the races. Holy crap, how many ads are going to be in this? Okay. For more than 10 minutes now, the joust has progressed. These 20th century knights on their steel charges, battling each other for cash and glory. And though only Johnny Blaze and the best drivers survive to continue their deadly quest, and though the crowd cries out for yet more violence, somehow the feeling prevails that King Arthur would not approve. That car from the starting line chasing me. Smash! Other car hit him, but he's still coming. He's run me smack up against the retaining wall, and Lord, my engine's dead! Scree! Scree! Desperately, but futilely, he kicks at the cycle's starter. 2 tons of solid steel hurtling directly toward him at 80 miles per hour. It's no use. She just won't crank up. In my Ghost Rider form, I've survived bullets and a fall from a cliff. But can I survive this? He sits frozen to his cycle, awaiting certain death, unable to move, paralyzed with fear. Then once more, fate takes a hand. Crack! And at the last instant, a bullet hole in the driver's forehead causes the car to veer. Holy crap, that guy just gets shot in the head. Crump! Vroom! While the Ghost Rider, having seen the windshield smash on impact, goes after the assassin. Hey, what's the matter with you? I just saved your life. I can never be saved at the hands of a cowardly killer. Pow! Pew! You must be crazy, but it ain't nothing this rifle won't stop. Fool! Your bullets can do me no harm if they fail to strike me. Just come a little closer, Blaze, just a little closer. Halt! Give yourself up to the authorities, or I'll be forced to slay you. So be it. He who lives by fire must also die by it. Aye! Wow, he just set that guy on fire. Okay. I very much regret you overheard my conversation, Miss Simpson. You've placed me in a bad position. I've done more than that. I'm working for the Attorney General, and if I don't report to him soon, he'll be after you. Sorry, my dear, but I'm not in the market today. I can handle the AG, but first, I must dispose of you. Next, Alone Against the Underworld. Bum bum bum. Bit of a cliffhanger there, eh? Ooh. Ideal presents the exciting adventures of Evel Knievel, daredevil stunt cyclist, thrilling wheelies, indoors or out, breathtaking somersaults in midair or over the Evel Knievel scramble van, sensational leaps over your neighborhood ditch, shock-absorbent front wheels, Evel Knievel scramble van, complete with ramp, trailer, living quarters, and workshop with scale tools. Spellbinding handstands from one room to another. Add more excitement with 2 stunt riders. Jump your set of encyclopedias, volumes A through W. Evel Knievel and his stunt cycle set comes complete with Evel Knievel figure, stunt cycle, and gyro rev booster. Available where Ideal toys are sold. Okay, well, let's get to the Ghost Riders page here, and yeah. Dear Gary, Roy, and Company, just dropped a line mostly to say that I think giving Ghost Rider his own mag was a very good idea. I'll leave the congratulations to other people, though, as I'm going to try to win myself a no prize. Here's how it works. 1. Your new strip, slated for Marvel Spotlight, is The Mark of Satan, a strip apparently to spotlight the Lord of the Underworld. At the end of the last Ghost Rider adventure in Spotlight, you say that Ghost Rider number 1 will be a prologue to The Mark of Satan. 3. At the very beginning of Ghost Rider number 1, we are shown a man standing over a grave. This man's mother had apparently been under the control of Satan. 4. Later, this character is introduced as Damon Hellstrom, and is quoted as saying, I stand determined and to rid myself attached to this Mark of Satan birthmark on my chest. This man is a demonologist exorcist. 5. Thus, I conclude that Damon Hellstrom is going to be a major character in the Mark of Satan strip. I think that this exercise in logic has proven me worthy of a no prize. Glenn F. Petrie Jr., Chicopee, Massachusetts. That it has, Glenn, our official thrice-cursed satanic no prize. Delivered by Netherworld Parcel Service and scented with sulfur is on its way to you at this very moment. We'd say enjoy it, but we're not sure you'd even want to let it in your house. However, one thing you and the rest of Marveldom altogether will welcome into the abode you call your own is the new strip you so graciously plugged. Glenn, though the title has since been changed to The Son of Satan, and Damon Hellstrom is that ominous offspring. Seriously, all kidding aside, so help us and what's it to ya? Though, this new strip is now being handled by Steve Gerber and Jim Mooney, who's planned to take it out of the superhero vein and into the realm of the truly weird and bizarre. And Steve's plunged deep into a study of real, authentic type Satanism and magic, which he hopes he can incorporate into upcoming issues. That's the Son of Satan in every issue of Marvel Spotlight. Don't miss it here. And don't miss us either. We'll be hopping back on the old hellbound heroine Harley again in the next issue of Ghost Rider. Till then, don't forget the devil's looking over your shoulder everywhere you go, and he and Santa are making their lists together this year. Dear Gary, Jim, and Roy, Ghost Rider number 2! Wow! Far out! Great! Maybe you haven't caught on yet, but I liked it. Oh, sure, there were some mistakes, but not big ones, and the art and story were so good overall, I don't think I should even mention them, even though I want a no prize very much. Since the story continues into Marvel Spotlight and your new Mark of Satan strip will be appearing there, I guess it won't be Spidey who rescues Ghost Rider from the devil, huh? Too bad. I always thought they'd make a good team. Anyway, I really enjoyed Ghost Rider number 2. Keep up the good work, and I'll be a fan for life. Well, till Johnny Blaze gets a flat, make mine Marvel. Tommy Anderson, Norman, Oklahoma. P.S. Please try to be more scary in your next issue. Actually, Tommy, our wives, our neighbors, and a gas station attendants think we're too scary now, and they're not even talking about our comic magazines. Anywho, thanks for the good words, pal. Dear Gary, Jim, and Roy, Ghost Rider number 2 was awful. Just awful. Oh, it had a few good points, like the reappearance of Witch Woman, who's one of your most beautiful and potentially most dramatic characters. And the splash page was excellent also. Unfortunately, that's where the excellence stopped. The plot was thinner than the paper it was printed on. The dialogue was, well, let's put it this way. The woman's liberation confrontation between Ghost Rider and Witch Woman on page 11 was probably the silliest, most irrelevant, inappropriate, nonsensical bit of inane hogwash I've ever read in a Marvel mag. It was totally out of place, and even if it weren't, it was so simplistic and stupid that it ruined the rest of the magazine for me. From that point on, it seemed like the soundtrack was out of sync with the pictures. The rest of the art varied from fair to good to miserable. The scenes in hell were the best. The scenes with the Cycle Gang, another hotshot plot gimmick, were the worst. Whoa, groovy. Hey, Mrs. Sega fan. Oh my gosh, it's a Mrs. Sega fan raid. Holy moly, how you guys doing? Why didn't my alert go off? What's up with that? That's weird. Huh. Oh well. Anyway, welcome in. Hey, Mr. Sega fan, X. How do you say that? X Meh. I don't know. Evil Yoy. How do I say that? I don't know. Hey, it's a Magnum Force. How you guys doing? Nicholas Petrus. Hey, is a Nicholas Petrus in here as well? You didn't hear it either. How's everybody going? How is Marvel not Marvel, Disney. Sorry. Disney Dreamlight Valley, is it, right? I hope that's the name. Chillin' Man and You, pretty sure it's Zeph. What? Hey Hypnic, how you doing? It was fabulous. Awesome. Did you ever make your cake or did you just forget? You reached your goals? Cool. Well, welcome in everybody. We're just finishing up Ghost Rider. This is Ghost Rider number 4, I believe. We're reading the letters to the editor page. And then my original plan was to read this, which I had just gotten today. This is 1984. It's a awesome looking thing, but there's a lot of naked women in this that I didn't realize when I bought it, so I don't know if I can actually show this on stream, so I'm not going to. Yeah, I don't know, it's some late 70s sci-fi comic thing, but there's a lot of naked people in there, so Twitch might hate me for it. I've got some other things I can read, though, so. Let's see. Chillin' Man and You, yeah, we're just reading the comics. That's all. Pretty sure it's Zeph. It was fabulous. You reach your goals. Life goals. Meh, just like a cow. I'm a born baby cow, but in the wrong body. I make meh like a sheep. Meh, like that. Oh yeah. Oh, you made the cake. Cool. What? In Twitch, not in real life. Oh my god, my phone hates me. Well, welcome in everybody. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna finish up the dialogue. The hell's the word? Ghost Riders. Letter to the editor. That's what I'm thinking. How are you? I'm doing well. How are you? Hope everybody's doing fine. So this was a letter from someone who really hated this issue. They said Ghost Rider 2 was awful, just awful. It had a few good points, like the reappearance of Witch Woman, who's one of your most beautiful and potentially most dramatic characters, and the splash page was excellent also. Unfortunately, that's where the excellence stopped. The excellence stopped. This is Ghost Rider number 2. The plot was thinner than the paper it was printed on. The dialogue was, well, let's put it this way. The woman's liberation confrontation between Ghostwriter and Witch Woman on page 11 was probably the silliest, most irrelevant, inappropriate, nonsensical bit of inane hogwash I've ever read in a Marvel mag. It was totally out of place, and even if it weren't, it was so simplistic and stupid that it ruined the rest of the mag for me. From that point on, it seemed like the soundtrack was out of sync with the pictures. The rest of the art varied from fair to good to miserable. The scenes in hell were the best. The scenes with the Psycho Gang and other hotshot plot gimmick were the worst. Also, how come that part of the story looked like it was happening in broad daylight when we just saw the moon come up on page 12? Oh well, I could say much more, but the most of it would be just as nasty as the rest of this letter, so why bother? I'll leave you instead with a positive thought. You can do better. I've read it. By Ira Bolterman, Brooklyn, New York. Well, Ira, then we'll try to be positive in our answer too. Roy, Gary, and Jim were positive they had nothing to do with why you disliked this issue. The editorial assistants, the production staff, the accountants, the letterer, the colorist, even the guy who staples the books together at the printing plant, all of them are also positive they had nothing to do with anything you found wanting. And we're positive that this is the biggest cover-up since, well, we're not positive of that yet, are we? Marvel is on the move again. Alright. And that was Ghostwriter number 4. You can do better, yeah. There you go. That was Ghostwriter number 4. Okay. Happens to you all the time. Sick burn. Alright, so for our third one this week, I'm thinking maybe of doing a Sergeant Rock issue. Because I have not done a Sergeant Rock on here, and those ones are kind of fun. I have one here that I haven't read yet that I'm kind of curious about. So, let's do this. Fold you over. Did you do any kind of Mother's Day celebration? No, I didn't. My mom is in Pahrump. She's hanging out with my grandparents. So she's not even here. So, nothing I could do. I went to go eat with my dad. We went to Habit, had some burgers, and that was about it. But yeah, my mom's just with my grandparents right now. So, yeah, let's do a Sergeant Rock issue. DC's Battle Blockbuster, Our Army at War, number 167, featuring Sergeant Rock. My God, I killed a boy. I didn't know he was a sniper in an enemy uniform. How can I go on fighting now? Kill one, save one. The action that broke the Rock's heart. Ugh. He's a dead German kid. God damn. Alright. Watch Superman on television. Let's zoom in here. America's favorite adventure character comes right into your home in thrilling super action. Now featured on the following television stations. City Station, oh, all of these stations down here, okay. This is, oh wow, I didn't realize this was, yeah, okay, it's 12 cents. This was a 1966 issue, okay. For some reason I thought this was like 70s, but no. It's okay, your dad can celebrate Mother's Day with you, I guess. Sergeant Rock of Easy Company in between this 14-year-old Nazi werewolf Wunderkind priming his potato masher and that black buzzard nipping at my heels, the war may be over for me right now. Vip, zip, zip, vip, vip, zip, zip, zing, zing, pew, 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 zing, zing, vip, vip, zing. The sound of the bullets. This is Sergeant Rock of Easy Company. Any man that's been on the front line... Any man that's been in frontline fighting has experienced something he'd rather have his tongue torn out than talk about it. It happened to me too. And a crazy kind of combat I'll have nightmares about as long as I live in Kill One, Save One. Our Army at War, number 167, May 1966. 14 years old, nice touch. Alright. This is Sergeant Rock of Easy Company. I was listening to the Combat Happy Joes of Easy laying bets on me. Here's 20 fish that says Rock's roughest fight was when he rode the barrel of that Tiger's 88 that was tearing our dog tags off our necks while our heads were still inside him. I remembered the action. I was checking out a house in town that Easy had just snatched from the Nazi infantry when I suddenly heard thunder Altho, the day couldn't be sunnier. Cute trick. The Nazi infantry pulled back to sucker us into a tiger trap. Blam! Rat-tat-tat-tat! Bam! If the tankmen see me on this pogo stick, Mrs. Rock's little homeboy... Sorry. He didn't say little homeboy. He said little boy, but it says home right beneath it, and my brain just knocked homeboy in there. Sorry about that. I'm gonna lurk. I gotta eat dinner. No problem. Thank you for the lurk. Bon appetit. Have a great Mother's Day dinner, Mr. and Mrs. Sega fan. If the tankmen see me on this pogo stick, Mrs. Rock's little boy Frank will be sent home inside a matchbox. Bam! Oh gosh, he's actually riding on the barrel of the tank. Okay. That smoking 88 looked as big and hot as a Pittsburgh blast furnace. And now I know how an animal tamer feels when he sticks his head into a tiger's mouth to tickle his tonsils. Bam! Bam! Hope this tiger doesn't sneeze now. Pling! I was tossed away just as the exploding grenade rolling in tangled with the 88mm shell coming out. Blang! Thank you, man. Focus. Okay, I guess that's good enough. Well, I was seeing enough stars to equip the whole general staff of brass hats. Anybody that says Nazi steel can stomp Easy's Rock sure ain't ever seen our Sarge in action. Right, Ice Cream Soldier? If that rock wears a top kicker's stripes, you couldn't be brighter, Bulldozer. I still have some shell splinters tickling my ribs whenever it rains to remind me of that fight, but I'll cover Bulldozer's 20 and raise him 20 to bet that the Sarge's hottest action was when he froze colder than a mackerel on ice. You're on Ice Cream Soldier. Or you're on Ice Cream Soldier. Oh, okay. I remembered that night too. I'd fallen through ice while crossing a river at night on a one-man patrol. Crack! Splash! If I thought the Jerrys hadn't heard me, I was wrong. Here they come. Looks like they're gonna have a turkey shoot with me as frozen meat. But the enemy wasn't interested in just knocking off one piece of cold meat for their table. They're using me as bait to sucker the combat happy Joes into their sights. Here they come. Hold on, Rock, we're coming. I tried to yell a warning, but my throat's frozen solid. I can't make a sound. The machine gun felt like it was driving rivets into my head as the Nazis had their turkey shoot of the Easy Joes trying to save me. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. They nailed Stringbean, Chucklehead, Mickey. Oh, damn. Not Stringbean. If you thought that stopped Easy, you don't know those combat happy Joes. Bulldozer, Ice Cream Soldier, Jackie, Little Sure Shot, Wild Man. Don't walk into that machine gun fire for me. That's in a thought bubble. Okay, he can't actually say it. Rat-tat-tat, pew, zip, zip, vip. I could see the Jerry Gunners patting their sights. Gotta stop that killing somehow. I let go of my frozen grip on the ice and drop deeper into frozen water. Maybe if the Easy Joes see me drop, they'll think I've drowned and stop walking into that kraut chopper. And suddenly ahead of me, I could make out flashes above the ice. That must be the machine gun nest up there. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. I must have broken through like a crazy polar bear flipping his fur lid. Himmel, was ist los? Der Amerikaner, Sergeant is weg. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Crack! End of part 1. Part 2 of Sergeant Rock, Kill One, Save One, continues on the 4th page following. Don't hesitate, choose the mags with the go-go checks. Alright, I guess we got some ads here then. Cap's Hobby Hints, how to do it better. Kids, mail in your hobby hints to Cap's National Comics, 575 Lexington Avenue, New York. If published, you will receive $5 and the original art. Mother, Jimmy took one of my hair clips. What on earth are you doing with that hair clip? I use it in my model building. A woman's hair clip? Sure, it makes a dandy clamp when gluing to hold small parts together. Cut out for your scrapbook. Direct Currents. By popular demand, the feature you've asked for, a column devoted to previews of coming attractions in the DC line of dynamic creations. Look for direct currents in each issue of DC's Mighty Mags. DC's newest Battlestar, Captain Hunter, becomes more like an animal than a human as he searches for his dead twin in the savage jungles of Vietnam. In battles no news medium would reveal, may our Fighting Forces number 100 on sale March 22. Presenting a new imaginary tale of Lois Lane. You won't believe your eyes when you see Lois marry Superman's arch-enemy Lex Luthor and set out to become an even greater villain than he is in the May issue number 65. A teenage revolt at Harrison High brings DC's junior superheroes to battle a sinister hot rod kid who uses high school dropouts as dupes for crime in the May-June Teen Titans number 3. World War II's great Navajo ace Johnny Cloud hurtles into the battle skies on a seemingly impossible mission to keep a dying boy alive in the May-June All-American Men of War number 115. Superman features the most amazing seance of all time when a medium conjures up the ghosts of the Man of Steel and his alter ego Clark Kent and the two ghosts of Superman. May issue number 186. Along with witchcraft and Renfrew, Jerry Lewis nearly flips when he trips and slips into a crypt in Egypt, where he learns a man's best friend is his mummy. A fantastic yarn in the May-June issue number 94. From the Golden Age's Hall of Infamy comes Minister Blizzard to battle Wonder Woman in a tale of icy suspense. Plus, for the first time since 1942, the origin of the Amazon's Diana Prince identity. May issue number 162. Captives of the Golden Goddess. That's what the gallant Sea Devils become when they're transported to an underwater civilization in a land of gold. This is one place they may never come out of alive. Meet the greatest group of goof-ups in comic history. Merry Man, the Dumb Bunny, the Blimp, Awkward Man, and the White Feather. They're the Inferior Five, and they make their debut in the May-June Showcase number 62 on sale March 24th. Whew. Health myths debunked. This should be interesting. It's a good thing that nail you stepped on was a new one. You don't have to see a doctor, Dick. Only a rusty nail is dangerous. Wrong, young man. Let me take a look at that. Any puncture wound should be taken care of. As long as the thing that caused the wound touched dirt, it could carry dangerous, invisible germs like tetanus. It doesn't have to be a rusty object. That's only one of the many myths about health that should be exposed. Many people think that a good way to treat frostbite is to rub the frozen part with snow. False. Gradual warming is needed, but rubbing with snow or anything else would only damage more tissue. Oh God, that girl's crying. She's got frostbite hands and the lady's just like, rub that snow in. Or that a piece of raw meat should be used to treat a black eye. False. A cold compress may make it feel better and can help reduce swelling at first, but a piece of meat won't affect swelling or discoloration. I mean, if it's a cold piece of meat, it might be okay, right? Or that cutting or shaving a person's hair more often makes it grow faster. False. The rate of growth of hair is determined by the hair roots or follicles beneath the skin, by heredity, and general health. Gosh, Doc, I'll bet I'm doing the wrong thing trying to cure a cold with a hard workout and then a hot bath. Yes, Dick. Rest is usually more useful than exercise to help the body fight a cold. Even though sometimes you might feel a little better after sweating it out, it could make you feel worse. Don't rely on unscientific myths. Learn the right habits and stay healthy. Drink your camel urine, people. But you can't eat a cold compress. That's true. That's true. That is very true. You can eat a piece of steak. All right, wanna focus, maybe? Okay. Cat corners the king. The cat from AMT visits George Barris, king of the customizers, in his Hollywood... You focused? Okay. In his Hollywood custom shop. Your classic custom a la carte is a beauty, George. Just wait till you see AMT's new a la carte kit. Nobody can stop it. Yeah, the cats sure dig my custom 29 Ford, cat. Here's my newest AMT custom kit. Surf Woody. How's it grab you, cat? Double slick tires, supercharged Cobra engine, the works. Great! And see the extras in the Surf Woody kit. Hearst lanterns. Hearst lanterns? What the hell kind of car is this? Coffin top, surfboard, fluted posts, scrollwork fenders. We call this version Surf Hearse. What the hell? You get all these other parts too. French phone, bottle glass rear window, plus cement slab decal for roof, marble slab decal for sides, wild joystick shifter, even an instrument panel tape recorder. Kids get Barris new AMT Classic a la carte. Crazy, man. And get AMT's Surfwood kit with enough extras parts to turn it into a wild surf hearse. Only $2. The cat from AMT. AMT Corporation, Box 81, Troy, Michigan. No, Metroid, not the camel urine. Stop. $20 a liter for, well. Superboy fans, if you dig the Boy of Steel in solo action, wait till you get a load of the super thrills when he teams up with these super guests. Mon-El, the Wonder Boy from Daxam, before he joined the Legion of Superheroes. Supergirl, Superboy's Kryptonian cousin. Vidal, the Kent's second super son. Kid Krypton, the super lad who's smarter than Superboy. And Dwarn, the super weakling with the golden touch. Extra, Superboy becomes his own rival in The Two Boys of Steel, all in Superboy number 129. That car is the result of hitting the randomize button when making a car. I think you're right. Yes, I think so. Okay, here we go. Back to Sergeant Rock. Part 2, conclusion of Sergeant Rock. You know, I kind of like it this way a little bit better, the way DC does it, more than Marvel. Because the DC one, you have like a part 1, and then it breaks it up with like, it sticks a whole bunch of ads together, and then it goes back to the story. The Marvel one is just like, here's 2 pages of story, then an ad, 2 pages of story, then an ad, 2 pages, and then it's just constantly being broken up. I like this one a little bit better, but yeah. Anyway, this is part 2, conclusion of Sergeant Rock in Kill One Save One. It was so cold I thought being shot would only thaw me out or chip off some of the ice coating me. Either way, I couldn't lose. If you characters thought you had this fight on ice, then you don't know easy. Easy never gives up easy. Thud, crack, whomp. Okay, so the way I understand this, he picked up their machine gun and now he's like physically just beating them with it? That's one way to use a machine gun. Yeah, riding the tiger and fighting like a crazy snowman was rough, but the toughest fight I had ever been in, I wouldn't admit to anyone. Our leader has warned us about you, Amerikaner. Oh, okay, this is a German guy. I gotta get my German accent. Yeah, how you doing? That's terrible. That's a terrible accent. Oh God. Okay. Our leader has warned you about you, Amerikaner devils. One false move, Sergeant, and I will kill you and be cheered as hero by their Vaterland. Hear me? I hear you, kid. Don't get trigger happy. I hear you. You play enough, Obi-Wan. You got this. It all started when Pappy, the oldest buck private in Easy, had insisted on going out on recon patrol with me. Why don't you just sit in your fur-lined foxhole and wait for your rotation number to be called up so you can go home to the wife and kiddies, Pappy? You've earned your discharge from the Kasserine Pass to Omaha Beach. Can't hear you, Sarge. I left my ear trumpet in the last foxhole I vacated. Did I ever show you this picture of Mabel and the kids, Sarge? This is the oldest Timmy. The poor kid's as ugly as me. Next comes Sue. Cute as a Cupid doll. Cupid doll? What? The youngest is... I felt as if the sniper's slug has torn my heart out, too. The youngest was Billy. He was born a month after you left, Pappy. But he'll never know what a dumb, crazy, wonderful soldier you were to keep on lugging your rifle long after you should have gone home. Why couldn't you have played it safe, Pappy? What am I going to write your wife and kids? Sorry to inform you that your husband and your father was drilled through the heart while taking a walk with his deaf, dumb, and blind sergeant. I skipped my helmet through the grass and watched the sniper track it. He's up in a tree. Wee zip zing zip zip zip. Rat-tat-tat-tat. Oh, want to focus? Come on, let's focus. That sniper's a vet. He's got the eye of a buzzard. I'd better spray the trees roosting in before he swivels from my helmet and drills me like he did Pappy. Pew! Zing! Zip! 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 Vip! Zip! I felt a slug crease the side of my head like a rusty razor blade. This burst ends the game, or he's going to chop me down. Ugh! Rat-tat-tat-zing! The sniper crashed at my boots in a tangle of leaves. Why did he have to be roosting up that tree when Pappy was passing by showing me the picture of his wife and kids? Why? Thud! As the sniper's helmet rolled off, his blue eyes drilled me harder than any slug. He's just a kid. A kid in a man's uniform. I shot a kid. I tried to wet his mouth with water from my canteen. What's the matter with those Nazis sending kids out to do a man's job? They ought to be strung up by their heels and roasted over a slow fire for sending kids out with guns in their hands. I'll get you back to the medics, kid. They'll patch you up. You'll see. Then you'll go back to being a kid again. That's Pappy laying over there. Pappy's oldest kid is probably your age. Pappy liked kids. Probably wouldn't even be mad at what you did. You say you didn't even know better. Pappy was kind of crazy and wonderful that way. Suddenly, I realized why I was the only one talking. He's dead. I thought I shot a sniper, but I killed a Jerry kid in a man's uniform. I didn't know. But I gunned him down. Gunned down a kid. A kid! Suddenly, I felt a bayonet in my back and heard a voice sharper than its point. Put him down, you murderer! Felt like I was looking into some crazy cracked mirror that showed the same eyes that had drilled Pappy. Another kid. Kid? I am a member of Hitler's very own... no, that's the wrong accent. I don't know how to do the frickin' German accent. I've just completely lost it right now. I am a member of Hitler's... How would you... Handpicked werewolves sworn to destroy every Amerikaner on sight. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long the kid leveled his rifle at my head, or how long I locked eyeballs with him. As he saw the sweat pour down my face, I'm not going to kill you right now. I am going to take you to my unit so my Werewolf comrades will see with their own eyes that our great leader Hitler has spoken the truth. That you Amerikaners are soft, big men stuffed with straw, whom we will crush. Now turn and move. Is this Sergeant Rock? It sure is. Yep. This is, I can show you. This is Our Army at War, number 167 from 1966. He kept me in front of his sights, and my mind raced round and round like a chip in a roulette. If I suddenly slow up, his bayonet will be level with me. I could grab it, just slice my hands a bit, yanking him toward me, and then I'd have him in front of me. Yeah, my brain was racing along until it rammed into my heart. And then what, big man? What are you gonna do when you've got him off your back? Wind up killing another kid? Because you know sure as rotten apples fall off trees that he's been brainwashed to fight to the death. You ready to kill another kid to save your own skin? Hacha-ring. Hello, frame rate. What's up? As we left the woods and started across an open field, my sergeant's combat antenna warned me. This place is bare as a pool table. There'll be flies crawling across it. A setup for any plane that wants to swat us down. If we're not blown sky high by booby traps first. This field is a natural killing ground for the battery fire, ships, or mines. Let's skirt around it. We will walk straight across it. You're not going to confuse me with your Americana lies. March. And to show he meant business, he put a shot so close to my helmet that, "No more lies, Sergeant! March!" Kapow! Splang! My helmet bounced once, twice, then thud! Clunk! Both of us were knocked flat by the explosion, which were as linked as beads in a TNT chain. We're in a minefield, all right. My helmet triggered off a booby trap, which triggered off a whole series. Don't budge until all the mines blow up. Wham! Ree! Kerboom! Blam! German accent on point. Thanks. While the smoke was still swirling around. Let's go before the smoke brings ships or tanks buzzing around. Come on. What? You're wounded. My leg! I will not be able to take you in, but I will make sure you will never leave here alive. Again, the kid and I were locked, eyeball to eyeball. Then I took a deep breath, maybe the last one I'd ever have. If you want to shoot me, go ahead, but why don't you wait until I at least bandage your leg? I could feel the bayonet nudging me, and knew the kid's finger was sliding along the trigger, waiting for him to make up his mind, but I kept my eyes from his. Steel from the booby trap sliced through your kneecap. I've seen wounds like this. They could be real men. Or real mean. Less I get you to the medics. I lifted him up so fast without warning. The kid dropped his rifle. But if I thought I disarmed him, I sure was mistaken. Have you flipped? That grenade's live now. If you let go that handle, we'll both be blown up. That's why you're still my prisoner, Sergeant. That's why you'll do exactly as I say. Because you Amerikaners are afraid to die, and we werewolves have been taught that death is our glorious destiny. Blink. As I headed toward a farmhouse at the far end of the open field, lugging that Hitler teenage werewolf with a live grenade in his hand, one of your fighters strafing anything that's moving over those mines went off. He'll scratch us both off the map lest we can get to the cover of that farmhouse. Made a run and dive into the farmhouse. Don't drop that grenade or we'll both go up in smoke. Zing, zip, 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 zip. But the fighter wasn't through with us. Vroom, vroom. As the flames whirled up, I'm free off the bullseye at last. Then from inside the blazing furnace I heard, "Kamerad, kamerad." Is the kid calling for help? Or is he just trying to sucker me in so he can toss his grenade at my eyeballs and take me with him? The kid was still clutching that live grenade as I got back into that flaming oven. Maybe you're right, kid. Maybe we are going to lose this war because we're suckers for a squeeze play like this. Maybe we should shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Maybe we should be taught that there's no difference between men and kids, as long as a kid wears a man's uniform, even if it's too big for him. As I flopped through the blanket of flames to get us both out, I heard, "The grenade! It went off back at the farmhouse. The kid tossed it back inside." Blam! I couldn't kill you. Not after you cared for me. They lied about you. Hitler said you would show no mercy. The Führer lied to us all. No one can make werewolves out of kids. Just by arming them to the teeth. Easy, kid. Easy. Yeah, that was my toughest fight. Winning a Nazi kid over to our way of thinking. But that's one battle I can't tell easy about. Battle tales that drill your heart in Our Army at War's Sergeant Rock. Don't miss the next issue. It's dynamite. Is Centaur a horse who is half a man, or man who is half a horse? Does a centaur like hay or hotcha? Only the most unpredictable robots in the world, the unique metal men, discover the startling answer in a zany adventure that shouldn't happen to a human, in The Man-Horse of Hades. Look out for the stampede of sensations in the latest issue of Metal Men, now on sale. Well, I hope you guys liked that story. It looks like there's still more to it, so we'll just keep reading, see what we got here. But that was the main story of the issue. Private Pete. Boy, yum yum. Johnson eats enough for 4 GIs. And, 2, 3. After this, we've got to go back to cleaning up our barracks. Later, oh boy, chow. Ta-ta-ta. Say, Johnson, you've been in the Army a week. How do you like it? I may like it after a while, but just now I think there's too much drilling and fussing between meals. Oh, okay. Hey, we got more Sergeant Rock, it looks like, maybe. Or something. We got something here. More World War II stuff, so let's check it out. I really like the art style. I'm not sure who the artist is for these, but they did a good job. Fall back! Keep firing! Do not show your backs to the Amerikaners! Retreat orderly as veterans of the fatherland! Pow! 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 Pwee! I will hold my ground, even this is my last fight. I will not retreat. Oh! Brown. His name was Lance Corporal Hans Bull. He was a seasoned veteran of many fronts. His allegiance was to the Iron Cross and swastika of Nazi Germany. He lived for just one last fight. They pinned a hunk of Hero's iron on Corporal Bull's chest and told him to go home for good. I don't need 2 eyes to squeeze a trigger, sir. I can still give orders. I can still lead my men. I have experience under fire, and I am as good as ever. No, Corporal. With a silver plate in your skull, you can go at any time, just like this. The war is over for you. Home for ex-Corporal Bull was Tabershaven, a one-street dot in the middle of nowhere, smelling of cows and dust and decay, empty of life, dozing in the sun, throwing me away as if I was a cigarette butt. There's one good fight left in me. Only what chance do I have of a last fight in a worthless village like mine? For the former combat soldier, the quiet was like a rasping file rubbing his nerves raw. Once this gun was like the hand of my own right arm. Now we both rot to dust in this fly speck of a village. and the quiet days dragged like a rusty plow hitched to a wheezing mule. You and I, old clock, both stopped, but at least I will help you move into action again. That is all I am good for now. That and keeping all the arms I stole in a good order like a walking museum. How many times have I climbed all other steeples like this one? Not to start clocks, but to stop them for the enemy. Dust in the valley, nothing moves like that toward this miserable village except... Jaswohl! Jawohl! Jawohl! My prayers have been answered. GIs on the march. They expect only an unmanned fly speck of a village, but they don't know Lance Corporal Hans Wull will be waiting for them. Just think, Corporal Smith. Up ahead, transportation is waiting for you. After today, combat is kaput. You've earned enough points in the line to be rotated home. Recon says Taubershaven up ahead is deserted, except for cows and old people. We'll just be passing through. Sniper! Bwee! Pew! In the clock tower. Welcome to my sleepy little village, Amerikaners. Pow, kapow! We're noted for nothing. Pow, pow! But now, we will not be ignored. Let them fire at a ghost. I know a few other good spots. Pew, wee! The cunning combat corporal races across the dusty street, slips into a deserted house, climbs to the dusty roof. Come on, Amerikaners. Let us see how much blood it will cost you to pass this nothing of a village. Pow, kapow. We've been booby-trapped, Captain. Must be a platoon in that village, at least. Maybe a company. I don't want a last fight before I go home, but we'll get him for you, sir. We'll get him. Pew, boing. Holy moly. We will stomp on it and squish it, Labalski. Yeah. We will cut off your Johnson. 238 magic tricks revealed, nothing extra to buy. Every single trick is performed with everyday things you have around the house. Coins, cards, balls, handkerchiefs, ropes, etc. Only 50 cents post-paid. Positively astonishing. Say, people who have seen this collection, you'll be plucking coins from the thin air. You'll cause cards to change their spots at your command. You'll hear the gasps of wonder as you do the world-famous Indian rope trick. You'll actually do over 238 baffling tricks, including the vanishing ball, the mind-reading trick, the secret of number 9, phantom writing, the growing money trick, the coin leaping trick, disappearing handkerchiefs, the knot that unties itself, the disappearing coin making a ball roll by itself, miracle card jumping tricks, the phantom money trick, etc. Anyone from 6 to 60 can perform these feats of magic once you know their secrets. Complete secrets revealed, every single trick fully explained. You saw some of them on TV. Many were performed by such master magicians as Houdini, Thurston, etc. And now, you can do all of these famous magic tricks. They're fun. Superhero joins the Super Freaks. The Brave and the Bold. It's the weirdest DC team-up of all time, and it happens in the latest issue of Brave and the Bold. Introducing Deathman, the macabre menace who prepared a grave full of trouble for Batman and Robin in Death Knocks 3 Times, a shattering novel of sinister suspense. Look, it's Superman. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's DC's newest swinging star Scooter. Everybody'll dig him. Coming. DC from Comics Capital of the World, the first issue of Swing with Scooter, a May to June showcase. Presentation on sale in March. Alright. Sorry. We've got 2 positions spotted, Corporal. That house and the clock tower. Take the left flank. We're on our way, sir. But the wily old veteran has skipped out. Come on, Americana. I will choose the spot from which I kill you. Pow, pow, pow! Death spews out from behind the tombstones. Why did it happen now? I'm supposed to go home. I don't want to fight one more time. Whee! Get a hold of yourself. Look sharp. Only way to get home is to stop these hoods in my way before I land under one of the tombstones they're firing behind. Moving like a machine, the grizzled veteran snakes through his hometown, firing, fading, firing, giving his enemy no peace. I wish Herr Hauptmann could see me now. Pow, kapow. Once again, the battle-wise enemy corporal shifts his position to the old clock tower. So I am finished? The Americana soldiers would not agree. Especially those whom my bullets have silenced forever. Kapow, pow. The whole show is crazy. It just doesn't make any sense. Why should the Krauts risk losing a whole platoon, maybe a company, for this last stand? I've been thinking the same, sir. The Jerrys fight to the death for something valuable. They don't throw away lives for something useless, like this one-horse town. So what gives? Pow! Zing! Suddenly, the GI corporal bolts out. Poor Smitty flipped. He's asking for it. Can't just stand there waiting to get in. Maybe I'll never get home, but at least I want to get a look at the guys who are shoving me into a cemetery. Whee! Zip! Stupid Americana! This is your last fight. My gun is empty. Well, what do you know? It's been a one-man band all along. Click, click. Okay, Buster, your war is over. That is what I was told before, but... I do not surrender, Americana, now or ever. I've knocked the breath out of you. Now I will see that you never draw another one. Or, wait, who's... I don't know, whatever. The Americana is no professional soldier. He was taken by surprise too easily. He has not learned that you do not fight by the rules in war. I'll take his pistol as a souvenir of my last fight. But first, I'll make sure it's the Americana's last fight. I only play dead to stay alive. Whoop. You learn quickly. No use, Americana. I have the pistol again. You are kaput. You will never go home again. It wouldn't be so bad if I was clobbered by a whole company, but one guy, one crazy guy in a wacky last fight? No. Kapow! You are a good soldier, Americana. It is no shame that I have lost my last fight to you. Danke. Thank you, sir. He thanked me for his last fight. Thanked me for killing him. What a crazy war. From the editor to our readers, we had 5 good reasons for not turning over the May-June issue of Showcase to the inferior 5. Here's one of them. The blimp. He flies if the wind is with him. The most deplorable collection of dumb clucks in comic history. We did our best to stop it. We sent the script to a competitor, but they sent it back. We exiled the artist to Siberia, but he works better in cold weather. We put a padlock in the studio, but... Okay. Readers sound off. Alright. Dear editor, what keeps those crazy monster war stories going in Star-Spangled War? Answer me, I dare you. In one line, truly yours, Vic Teckelman, Madison, Wisconsin. Dear Mr. Teckelman, you, RK. Dear editor, I don't know why you print insulting letters about Star-Spangled War in the letters column. The stories are great, and the most exciting and original I've ever read. And the characters, Suicide Squad members, who have to watch each other as much as the monsters they battle against. And some of the monsters themselves, the great white ape, bet you got the idea from King Kong, huh? That helps GIs in trouble. As well as Dino, the baby flying monster, and the GI robot. These ideas are tops. Who else is as enthusiastic about them as I am? Yours sincerely, Theodore Greenfield, Boston, Massachusetts. This is a completely different Suicide Squad from the new modern one. It's completely different. It's like a weird, like, war thing. Dear Mr. Greenfield, I'm sure the monsters are too. Okay. Dear editor, I think you're finished. I think you've had it. I think you just can't come up with another great idea in the Star Spangled to top My Buddy the Dinosaur. Truly, yours, Robert Nittler, Montreal, Canada. Dear Mr. Nittler, wait until you read Sergeant Gorilla in You Can't Pin a Medal on a Gorilla, in the latest issue of Star Spangled War. If I could find my production schedule, I'd tell you which issue exactly. Here it is. Star Spangled War number 126, April through May, and the artist who did the cover and the story, because he growled he wanted to do it or else he'd tear the place down. Joe Kubert, RK. Dear RK, we've all become accustomed to the idea of people becoming werewolves from stories that have become classics in their field, but the idea of a soldier becoming a killer dinosaur and begging his own buddy to kill him before he harmed any of his other buddies, wow! It was one of the most haunting tales I've ever read. I know I shall never forget it. And Joe Kubert made the writer's emotions come to life. Imagine me crying over the death of a dinosaur, a monster. Faithfully yours, Mary S. Bluestone, Chicago, Illinois. Dear Miss Bluestone, if Joe and I were able to wring water out of the stone, we are most humbly, devotedly yours. RK. Dear sirs, what happened to your letter columns? They're tops. They're bursting at the seams, exploding like rockets. Instead of being filled with dry, dusty, boring technical terms, which anyone could easily look up who had the strength to lift a page in a library, the letter columns are full of sock and vinegar. They're full of life and bite. The readers are sounding off, and how. And you don't care if they throw a grenade in your face or fire a 21-gun salute for you. You print 'em all. How come? How do you do it? Yours truly, Albert Smithson, Salt Lake City, Utah. Dear Mr. Smithson, you're doing it all. I mean, you all. I'm just sitting back and enjoying it so much that I'm falling behind in my work. RK. Dear sir, I have to write an essay on naval battles. Could you please tell me the names, tonnage, types of firepower of all the ships that were engaged, and all the actions fought in the Pacific from Guadalcanal on? I would also like the names, numbers, and types of aircraft used on both sides during the same naval engagements. I'm enclosing a stamped, self-addressed envelope for the information. Thanks. Sincerely yours, Gene Rickenbow, Sacramento, California. Dear Mr. Rickenbow, don't mention it, and while you're waiting, send me a stamped, self-addressed secretary who will spend the next year researching the material you want, which is what your teacher wants you to do in the first place, or she would have handed the assignment to us. RK. Jeez. We must be doing something right. Let me show you how to develop spaceman strength and endurance. I've done it for millions. High school and college students, laborers, executives, doctors, lawyers, and teachers. Skinny or fat, 15, 20, 30, or 40 or more years of age. Rust me your last chance coupon below with your name and address. I'll show you absolutely free how to gain up to 50 pounds of mighty muscle or lose up to 50 pounds of ugly, dangerous fat and become a real He-Man like many thousands of my pupils in a few minutes. Fun a day. Alright. The hell is this? A Spaceman Fulcrum Barbell. A pair of Spaceman lever bells. Saves you hundreds of dollars in heavy, costly apparatus. How do you look walking on the beach with your girl or wife? Tony Pasquarella. What? Okay. Good answer. The Adventures of Andy and George in the G.I. Joe Club. This G.I. Joe 5-star Jeep is just like the real thing, Andy. It sure is. Looks real, sounds real. Now we can get our G.I. Joes into action fast. Listen to that motor roar, George. That's the Moto Rev GI engine sound. Only the official G.I. Joe 5-star Jeep has it. Roar. We're almost there. Get set with the recoilless rifle, Andy. First, let's detach the trailer and spot the enemy with our searchlight. Look at that real beam of light. There they are. Fire away. Bam, bam. Boy, look at those rocket shells take off. Right on target. Get this terrific G.I. Joe 5-star Jeep at your toy store, fellers. And don't forget to see the deep sea diver suits, ski and mountain troops, medic set, and the full line of Army, Navy, Marine, and Air Force uniforms and equipment. Everything your G.I. Joe needs for realistic battle action. And remember, if you're not a member of the G.I. Joe Club, join now by filling and mailing in this coupon. You'll get all these extras: identification card, command post, new subscription, membership certificate, iron-on transfer, official G.I. Joe dog tag, and a complete catalog of G.I. Joe equipment. Alright. Oh, and then here we are. Got a neat little ad here. Watch the show, build the kit. Batman. Great new show on ABC TV. This is 1966, so yeah, this would be the Adam West Batman. That's awesome. A great new hobby kit by Aurora. Now you can build your own museum featuring the heroes of the Justice League of America. Start your collection now. Superboy, Wonder Woman, Superman. Batman zooms to the rescue. Superman crashes through a wall. Superboy and Krypto fight off a monster. Wonder Woman battles an octopus. 98 cents to $1.49 each, wherever toys and hobby products are sold. 1965, Aurora Plastic Corporation. Alright, well, thank you everybody for hanging out. I'm going to end it there. So, yeah. We did Star Wars 16, Ghost Rider number 4, and an issue of Our Army at War featuring Sergeant Rock. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back next week for more Star Wars, Ghost Rider, and whatever else I come up with as the third one. Let's go find someone to raid. Let's see, Star Wars. Let's Ghost Rider. Okay. Mr. Spider-Man, hey, thanks for the thumbs up. Alright, let's see who we can raid. What do you guys think of the Sergeant Rock comic? Did you like that? You want some more of that? Or should I, should I keep changing up the third issue? Because I like to have a little bit of variety now and then. Alright, who is live? Let's see. Imperial Salsa is playing some Jedi Survivor. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to raid him then. Enjoyed it? Cool. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Alright, slash raid. Okay, well, I will be back tomorrow for, I don't know, I'm probably going to do more grinding in Persona tomorrow, and, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for the video game streams, and then I do this comic thing every Sunday, so back then. If you want to catch up on my comics, you can check out my YouTube channel. If you scroll down in the About section, whatever, and you click on the Metroid, it should take you to my my YouTube channel, which has all of my streams posted on there. So if you ever want to see what stuff I read previously, then that's there. But yeah, I'll be back next Sunday with this, and I'll be back tomorrow with probably Persona 53 Stations, whatever stuff I'm working on. Alright, have a good night, everybody. Have a good week. Bye-bye.